Hello everyone, welcome back. This is the first video of a brand new series that I'm bringing out. I'm not quite sure what the name is, whatever the title will be, it will be the name, but something like the Body series. And this is all about practical voice work, effectively. So I am in the studio today and I'm going to talk you through a 15-minute warm-up. This is something that's gonna hit your whole rabs rat. If you're not sure what that is, then you can check out this video for more information. And I'm probably gonna voice over this one because, as you can probably tell, it's a little bit loud. I'm in a studio by the road in London, so that's just part of the experience, I'm afraid. But for your pleasure, then I will voice over it in editing, so you don't have to hear over me. But yeah, I'm really excited. I really think this will be really useful. It's the first chance I've had to actually get into a space and be able to properly show you through the exercises. And especially if you have already bought my PDF, The Secrets of a Voice and Communications Coach, this hopefully will be especially useful to you because I'm basically going to be going through the exercises in that. And if you haven't bought it yet, what are you doing? Go for it. The link will be in my bio. So if anything I say throughout this video is useful to you, please drop a like, press subscribe, share with a friend, and let's warm up because I am feeling ropey.
Okay, so I'm just gonna start by standing up and making sure that my feet are hip width apart. You do not want them too wide or too narrow. You want them to sit just right under the hip. So feel free to have a little bit of a play if you need to. I personally have a bit of a slight turnout, which is absolutely fine, so don't worry if you do too. If in doubt, just shake out the feet and just see where they land, because you don't want them too turned out or like pigeon-toed, we call it, where it's bent in. Just wherever they naturally lie is absolutely fine. And whenever you're happy with the position of the feet, you're going to start by scrunching the foot all the way together and releasing it. And I'm really trying to make my breath help me here. So I'm scrunching, and then release on an exhale as I release the foot. This is just going to help really scrunch and tighten all of the muscles to then fully release them. Specifically, we're helping with what's called fascia tissue that lies all the way around the muscle. Starting with the feet is going to really help you just feel a lot more grounded and a lot more connected with the floor before you start. You're then going to take a second to just feel the feet flat on the floor, and you're going to take a second to just breathe in the space, release. I like to close my eyes for this, but you obviously do not have to. It's just a really nice way of landing in the space with where you are at. And as soon as I've done that, I'm just going to start rolling through my joints, and I'm going to start rolling through the joints on some fricatives. So you can effectively choose between s, z, all of that, and you can see I'm just going to stretch out in whatever way feels comfortable as well. Once you've rolled through the ankles, you're going to bring your feet together and you're going to put your hands on knees, and you're going to do the same thing with rolling the knees round, which is just going to release the hips. So again, pricking whatever fricative you like between F, V, S, Z, Sh, J, and make sure you go both sides and alternate between what we call unvoiced fricative, F, S, Sh, and voiced fricative, V, Z, J. Once you've done that, feet widened and hip width apart, hands on hips, and you're going to do the same with the whole hip. Really circulating around, moving your weight so that you can really just roll around the hips. It's a really lovely opener. And the last thing I'm going to do is just some head rolls and just stretching out the neck with my hands. I'm never going to push down actively with my hands. I'm just going to feel the weight of my hands on my head and allow that neck stretch to happen. You want to be really gentle, and this is just what stretches felt good for me today. If you want to do any more, please feel free to. It's your time. We're now going to go into a spinal roll. So feet under hips, thinking about your weight evenly distributed, nice soft knees. Try not to clench at the thighs or bum. Keep breathing. You're going to imagine a puppeteer in the sky is pulling on your elbows and then your wrists until eventually your fingertips. And so your whole arm is being stretched up, 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 up. I'm trying not to bring my shoulders up here. I'm trying to keep them nice and relaxed. And you can see that my knees are still nice and soft. I'm trying not to clench in the thighs or bum. And I'm just breathing, and you're going to imagine that puppeteer is pulling, 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 pulling until they cut the string attached to your fingertips. You're going to release on a, and then the same with the wrists and the elbows. Once you've relaxed and you really feel the weight of your arms again, you're going to allow your head to get nice and heavy. And you're just going to allow the weight of the head to roll you down the spine nice and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, until you are hanging over yourself. I then will always add some swings and just make sure that I can shake my head yes and no. I'm going to stretch around to the sides and really focus on breathing into my ribs here, just again to emphasize that stretch and to breathe into my intercostal muscles around my ribs before coming back up from the tailbone nice and slowly. You can swing up, you can just roll up, it's completely up to you. But remember to keep your weight evenly distributed, nice soft knees, trying not to clench any extra muscle tension. We're then going to go into arm swings. So I'm bringing one arm out and I'm just waiting until that arm starts to feel a little bit heavy before I start to swing it side to side. Every other swing I'm releasing on again on a sound, and it's almost like I'm trying to throw my arm away. Again, we're just releasing a little bit of shoulder tension here, and you can repeat on the other side. Once you let that momentum go down, I like to then repeat that, looking behind me so that my arms start to swing and wrap around my body. Again, every other swing, I'm just releasing on a sound. We're now going to go into some rib stretches. So I'm just really trying to stretch open my right ribs here, and then I'm going to give them a nice pat, give a nice rub, and I'm going to release on a sound as I do so. And once you've done both ribs, you're then going to do it with the back of the ribs. So you should be able to feel in the back of the ribs expansion as you allow that breath in. And I'm going to do the same as you see, patting at the back of my ribs on it. And just do this until you can really feel those ribs opening up and stretching those intercostal muscles. And then I'm just going to bring that patting around the whole body, just pummeling the body, still repeating on an open R sound, and just really connecting to the whole body, trying to feel and start to feel those vibrations. When I bring it into the head, I'm really lightly tapping, and I'm going to lighten the sound into a ooh, hee, ah, almost like a really light yawn sound. And then bringing my thumbs into the nose, and I'm going to make a nya, nya, nya sound. I'm just releasing the head there to really feel that connection with the thumbs into the sinuses, really enjoying this nya, 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 nya sensation. And we're going to open that up with some me, 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 ma, 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 which sounds absolutely gorgeous, I know, but it's really good for just getting some twang. And lastly, we're going to look at the belly and thinking about giving a nice yawn. Oh, really trying to get nice low resonance here. I'm looking up to help in the oropharynx region. I'm just giving a just like Tarzan, a nice UH open sound, trying to get that resonance nice and low, helping by bouncing my knees a little bit, I find is just really helpful, and I'm just passing around. And when you feel you've got that chest resonance, you can then try to imagine that you can speak from the belly, and you're just going to give a sound with this nice big yawn, which I know again sounds very attractive, but we're just going to try to travel now from that chest to the belly, back up to the chest, and to wherever else you like. You can see that I felt like I needed to go round to the back of the ribs again. And all of this is just about releasing that excess tension. So really trying to get used to where the body needs. That extra help is brilliant. And you can see now I'm just going even further into that yawn and I'm just going to start transitioning from that yawn into the chest, into the mouth, and it's almost like an elevator lift inside my body. And I'm just playing around with those sounds. We're going to do a bit of soft palate work now, so you can see I'm throwing a bow and arrow on an NGR sound. Nga, nga, nga. And I'm just doing that a couple of times just to start warming up the articulators before getting my lips around things, warming up the sinuses, waking up the face, nga, nga, and doing whatever you need to do to just start now focusing on the facial muscles. Continuing with facial muscles, I'm going to go into the jaw. So I'm rubbing my hands together and I'm just placing my hands either side of my face, giving really gentle circles. For some of you, if you have really tight jaw tension, I wouldn't actually recommend massaging the jaw. I just recommend allowing it to hang open. As you can see, I'm really trying to imagine it's just nice and heavy and it's like weights are dragging it down. When you feel like the jaw is really hanging, you can then bring your hand under your chin and you can start closing the mouth with your hand and letting it drop open again. And I'm just going to repeat this, really trying to release it. And if you feel like this is really easy, you can actually start to hold the bottom jaw, look down slightly, and nice and gently, you can just start shaking that jaw at your own pace. And I'm like making a sound here as well, doing a again. Very attractive, I know, but it's useful. And we're now going to go into brushing your teeth with your tongue, just going a few ways one way and the other before doing some tongue flex and release. I'm really making sure that my jaw isn't getting involved here. I'm showing the top of my teeth and I'm giving a and going back to pummeling around the body. I obviously needed a lot of release work today, which is why I keep going back to pummeling, because I find that really effective. I'm going into lip trills. And I'm just taking a second to see how I feel. And to finish up on the warm-up, I'm now just going to speak through a line of text, and I'm probably going to place it in different areas as well. So I'm going to go, let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments, and I'm going to go all the way up and down the scale, just imagining that I'm speaking into different areas of the body, trying to fill the space and just trying to feel nice and free in my voice. This is just a good check-in for you, and you can move on to whatever text work you have, and you can revisit any exercises.
And that just about wraps up the 15-minute warm-up. That was very much focused, I'd say, on release and alignment, because that's just what my body needed today. Obviously that can differ, but that's pretty much my go-to 50-minute warm-up for any classes, students, all of that stuff. Obviously, if you do already have my PDF, you can have a look through all of the exercises and you will be able to recognize some of them through this video. And if you don't have my PDF, like I said, I've got a PDF called The Secrets of a Voice and Communications Expert, which lays out over 40 exercises. And I really break down what I am doing in every single exercise and each stage. That is going to be seen in the rest of this series. So next video will be some more exercises and going over the release and alignment exercises that I did today a little bit more in depth. But you want to get to the stage with this craft where you are able to assess what your body needs, and that comes with practice, and that comes with reading up on all of your options. My job is to give you all of the tools so that you as an actor can walk away and figure out which tools suit you best for when. So if you found it helpful, please give it a like, share with a friend, press subscribe, follow me on all of my socials, which will be down below. Make sure you check out my PDF of The Secrets of a Voice and Communications Expert in the link in bio. And as I said, there'll be a few more videos coming out over the next month or so that will go into more detail. So I hope you find it helpful. Have an amazing rest of your day. And also, I just feel so much more present after that warm-up. Please do not think this is just for if you're going to be speaking, because I just feel so much more centered, so much more grounded, so much more calm. So even if you're just having a bit of an anxious day, try it out and let me know how you get on. See you later. Bye.